Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Keeping It Real, Stayin' Alive edition. This is the show where we make positive social support connections as we work with others in the mental health and fitness communities, and we share positive mental health tools that we can all use on our personal journey in life. And coming up today on the 4th official episode of Keeping It Real is a good friend of mine and a fellow member of Team Human. His name is Geoff Shively. He's been doing awesome things out there for a long time, and I'm really excited to have him on the show. Hopefully he'll be tuning in any second now. Get in here, bro. Let's make this thing happen, man.
Yeah! What's up?
Yeah, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you? How's the audio?
It sounds great. You're loud and clear.
Awesome. Cool. Fantastic.
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen your face live, you know?
Yeah, man. Same. Since we stood here on this same spot and recorded an episode of The Good News and Sack Life and hung out and did some boxing training, which was awesome. And I'm loving the wraps. Thank you so much, even though I still don't think I'm putting them on correctly, even though you told me you gave me a tip.
Jeff, I introduced you, but I didn't really tell people what you do. And I want to touch on that because you said we were on that episode of The Good News together, which was an amazing project of yours.
Thanks, man. You're a huge inspiration and continue to be a huge inspiration for The Good News. So The Good News started Thanksgiving Day, 2018. I was sitting a few feet away from here right now, and I was feeling a little down and a little depressed, and I wanted to do something. I was reading these bits of good news that were on the internet, and I wanted to do something that reminded me about the awesome stuff happening in humanity, that humanity does every single day, that we all do without even thinking or flinching, like holding a door open for someone, or, bigger acts equally as heroic because they can change and save one person's world. I was in a funk, going through a lot of stuff. I wanted to do something that was consistently that I did every single day, knowing that you have to do something every single day, put the work in. It doesn't mean it has to be hard work, but it's, consistency and a bit of discipline that, gives us the platform to have more freedom in our lives. And I wanted to do something to help spread the feeling that I was feeling by reading this good news, which was rehumanizing myself and remembering that humanity is great. We hear so much stuff about, look at the environment, we're ruining it. We've really messed it up. Look at this, humanity's this. Humanity's a virus, I've heard people say. No, we're not the virus. Like, that's ridiculous. The idea that we're the virus is a virus. That's a mimetic war. That's an info war that's happening in our worlds and our minds. There's actually, and it's easy to forget, so much amazing humanity that is happening all around the world all the time. We were seeing just, bad news, bad news, bad news. And we said it on The Good News a lot. The bad news is covered. We're not trying to ignore it. We're not trying to pretend it's not there. The quick pitch of it is, it was a daily show with the goal to spread good news, to do 99 shows in 99 days, to spread love, courage, and kindness, because those we said are more contagious, more impactful than fear and hate and all the rest. It's our choice what we choose to have more in our life and to focus on. And so for 99 days, and I say we because it was and is the community of people such as yourself and everyone, all the amazing friends and family and supporters and strangers that I didn't even know, and some of which I probably still don't even know, that made it possible by sharing good news, by changing good news, but by being the good news, by showing up and supporting it and holding the space for it to exist, and going out in the world and taking that positive energy and being the good news in someone else's life that day. And we did it. We did 99 episodes in 99 days. And the goal was to bring more good news in the world. And after 99 episodes, we decided to keep going. And by episode 107 or 108, we started seeing, and there was no good news channel, no TV channel, no web TV channel, none of that at the time. And all of a sudden, we started seeing, and constantly throughout, by the way, I would reach out to celebrities with a little pitch, and I would say, hey, would you love to be on the show? Would you like to be on the show? I'd love to have you. Knowing that it's a win-win. Even if they said no, that's fine, because the goal is not to get famous or to be an ego thing. It's constantly was ego checking, but was that hopefully someone would take the show. And so it's not stealing if it's given. And the true goal and the true intention was to bring more good news in the world, to rehumanize humanity. And so
you're inspiring. You're inspiring people.
You're inspiring, man. Thanks.
We're all in, that's the whole point of this, to be on this team human that we're on. And just quick shout out to Holistic Chris. Much love out there. She's doing things, big things in her own way as well for all of us. So it was my honor to be on that show, and it's now my honor to have you on as a guest on my show. And I just want to say, one, I respect your dedication, getting out there on the rooftop every single day, rain, sleet, hail, snowstorms, what tornado warnings, no matter what.
Oh yeah, the tornado, that was nuts.
Right? You got up, you got out there, and you got the message out because it's your passion. You were driven and you were committed. And that kind of dedication and consistency builds up not only in your mind to enrich your life, but it builds up to your audience too, because they see it, they respect it, they respond to it, and it's showing people what they're capable of in their own lives, just by you doing your thing. We went to this party called Same Same, an active event where strange weather was playing, and there was someone there who mentioned like a life motto of I think it was two paths, one bridge, right?
I don't remember.
That means it was a good party though. That you don't remember,
right? That was a lot. That was amazing.
We went over what you do. We touched a little bit on why you do it, but I'd like you to tell, for anybody who doesn't know you, why do you continue to push out positive, even now that that Good News Project is over? You're still posting a lot of positive things, positive quotes. Why do you do it? What makes it important to you?
That is a great question. I love people. I'm grateful for life. I guess I do things that kind of light that get me. I try, if I'm being my most honest self, I'm doing things that are exciting me, that I'm passionate about, that I'm curious about. Doing my best to maintain a sense of play and have fun in life and make an impact. All the things stuff falls down to following your heart. And I'm doing my best consistently, especially these days. Within the tragedy and everything that's happening, and not to diminish any of that, it is a great time to go inward and to tune into the voice of your heart. Are we doing what we really are meant to be doing? And there's so many ways you can go down the path with what does it mean to be meant to be doing. But really, I think it boils down to, what are you most passionate about? What are you most curious about, excited about? And what do you get? And that is probably what you're meant to be doing. Some version of that. And don't be afraid. It's not like that choice is a really big thing, and it can be really, for me, it was a really scary thing. Oh, I'm choosing what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Just one step, one day at a time. What do you want to be doing right here, right now, in this moment that's you're passionate about? Because there's a quote, and I'm gonna totally butcher it, but it was something about, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what lights your heart on fire, and do that, because the world needs more people with their heart on fire, doing what they love. Because then we will just make things. We will be the change we want to see in the world, to quote Gandhi. We will be bright lights of change and of leadership and of love in our world, which is what we need, because we will change the world one individual's world at a time.
Yes. Just simply by being an example, by being yourself, because I think that's one of the things that makes me like you as a person. This is genuine Geoff. I think for you, at least from the outside, from an outside perspective, your why is because that's who you are. That's like, this is you. This is what you do. This gives you a sense of fulfillment. You're happy to help other people. You're a genuinely positive person, and you enjoy spreading that news. So that's what I've seen from you personally. So, thank you. Thank you for being yourself.
Dude, thank you, man. And I have to say, I've gone through dark periods where I wasn't myself, where I was betraying myself by either not being myself or trying to be someone else, or not controlling myself, reacting emotionally to things versus responding, trying to control others, like thinking I can control life and the outcome when really we can just control ourselves. I've been deeply depressed before, and I've made huge mistakes in my life, but that doesn't define us if we don't want it to. And it all is about the next choice we choose, the next moment. So thank you for all those kind words. And I also, I gotta say that because it's the truth. And I want people to know that if they are feeling in a way that seems like it's everything, because they're either caught up in anxiety, or they did something they're not proud of, they were mean to someone, or they weren't their highest and best self, or they don't feel like their highest and best self right now, that's okay. Like, that's part of life. And for the longest time, our culture and our world and our society has created systems, and we're seeing this all now break down, that have made it really challenging for people to be their highest self. It's given us illusions of radical independence when really we are actually radically dependent on each other, and it's in our biology to be social beings to help each other. We want that, we need that. And this idea that we are all so radically independent and we, don't need other people, and we don't need kindness, we don't need empathy, we don't need these things, and generosity and kindness are a weakness. This is stuff that is now being seen that it is complete BS. And so part of it is obviously your choice, and part of it is the environment that's been around us, and we're a combination of those things. So, making another choice. And I love that's what you do, man, is every single day you're showing the discipline doesn't have to be something that is scary and big and even arduous or difficult. It's just doing something consistently that you do gives it. What's this quote? Discipline equals freedom by Jocko Willenick, the Navy SEAL dude, right? Like, I love teachings from people that are in really hardcore situations like Navy SEALs, and also spiritual love and light beings, because we all are that. We are also spiritual love and light beings for sure. All these things come down to a similar thing. The Shaolin masters and monks talk about that, right? They talk about that discipline giving you freedom, and that, and when we blend that with doing what we want and doing what we're passionate and care about, the discipline helps us figure out and deliver on the gifts that we're given and our passion and our true love.
We like to share a mental health tool on every show.
Yes.
So if you could share something that you found beneficial in your personal journey that other people can do at home or use for themselves, we'd like to make a point to share that on every one of these shows.
Yes,
so,
totally.
What's something?
So gratitude, gratitude is a magical freaking superpower. The super simple gratitude exercise that I was taught, that now I'm using, and it is just shifting everything for me, is in the morning when I wake up. And so you can write down, if you've got pen and paper near you. Sometimes that helps people. Sometimes that's a hurdle in itself. When you wake up, instead of grabbing for your phone, just think of 3 things you're grateful for. Name them in your mind, say them out loud, whatever's best for you, whatever works. 3 things you're grateful for. For today, I'm grateful that we are friends, and that you are in the world, and that we are friends and you're in my life. I'm grateful for that. I am grateful that I could wake up and make coffee for myself, that I was able to, my own body, go down and do it, and then I had, yes, exactly. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to pause and to go inward and to reflect and change, to be a small part of the big change we need in the world. So what are 3 things you're grateful for every morning? It could literally be that you're breathing. It could be whatever. And you find out, you might think, I thought in the beginning you'd run out of stuff, but you don't. You do not. Like, after doing it, I have friends that have been doing it longer than I have. You do not run out of stuff.
There are so many things to be grateful for, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be down to the smallest detail, the tiniest thing that makes you happy to be alive.
Yep.
And I started doing that too, so I feel it in my life. I feel a personal shift. And I gotta say, since this quarantine, I've been doing a lot of personal growth, a lot of re-examining and self-care. And gratitude's a powerful tool, man. And it's going to get easier and easier over time, and it's going to change your perspective in life and actually just put you in a positive mindset that carries on through everything else that you're doing.
Yeah,
I would say from experience, Jeff's got the experience. Other people have been giving me feedback on gratitude, so thank you so much for bringing that tool to Sack Life's keeping it real, staying alive. So we call it Staying Alive because it's a live session, but it's also applicable to the fact that all these episodes we share one tool at least, a mental health tool that helps us stay alive, literally, and live our best lives. So
yeah, dude, this is beautiful, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, I love this thing, man. So quick shout out to Holistic Chris, who commented, gratitude has been scientifically proven to help sleep.
Oh, that's a great point, Chris. Doing it at night, too. Doing it at night, if that works better for you. That's actually when I started, thank you, was doing it at night. And it really can shift. If you've had a stressful day, like, boom, that can shift everything. Good choice.
Jeff, I got to stop you. We got 19 seconds left for the cast.
So, self-care, kindness. When you're kind, it takes us out of that loop because it's helping others and mutual beneficial. That was the point I was going to make. Thank you for keeping it on track. This is awesome. Thank you.
We got 8 seconds. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.